Hi guys, welcome to this channel. So today we will understand variables in Java. But before that I want to say one thing. I already have started a new playlist on Java. So if you haven't seen those videos, so I request you to go and watch the previous videos on Java playlist. It's a very wonderful playlist. You will understand Java in very detail. So otherwise I will provide a link also in the description. Go and check out it. So, and guys, one more important thing, if you feel these videos can provide you some amount of knowledge in your knowledge book, then please support this channel, okay, by press the bell icon and subscribe and like and comment. Okay, now let's start the today's topic. So today's topic is variables in Java. Now guys, we have seen what are Java, how can we do programming in Java, we have seen the history and all. Okay, now the it's time to define the variables in Java, because variable is very important. Okay, now what are variable? So variable is a container which holds the value while Java program is executed. Okay, whenever you write a whenever you write a Java program, you will find one thing: you will have to declare a variable before using that variable. For example, I want to store some amount of value, for example 5. So we have to declare one value. We have to declare what? We have to declare one value, that is a equals to 15, a equals to 35, or a equals to 50. Okay, so these are the value that we provide. So variable is a container which store the value. Okay, which store the value that we have already declared in the particular variable name using the data type. Okay, now variable is assigned with a data type. So I have not explained to you that what is data type. I'll tell you in the next lecture when I deal with the data type. Okay, so just remember, data type is a word. Data type is something which specify what type of data a variable hold. For example, a variable is holding an integer value, so the so int will be the data type for that variable. Now suppose if if a variable is storing the character value, then char will be the data type for that value. Okay, I'll explain you with the help of coding. Okay, first let us see the theoretical part on the variables. Variable is the name of the reserved area allocated in the memory. So in the whenever I declare any variable, so it is a reserve, when space is reserved on the memory with that specific variable name that we have declared. Okay, now what are the variables in Java? We find three types of variable in Java. First, the local variable, second is instance variable, and third is static variable. We'll see the differences between the local variable, instance variable, and static variable. I'll also explain with the help of an example, okay, in the practical video. Now local variable is a variable which is declared inside the body of a method, is called the local variable. We know that whenever I just declare any class, okay, inside the class we have some method, we have some functions. So when I use the variable inside the body of a method, then we call that variable as a local variable. Understood? Okay, so a local variable cannot be defined with a static keyword. I'll explain you what do you mean by static in the further slide. Okay, so let us understand, we cannot declare any local variable with the help of static keyword. Understood? We only declare static variable with the help of static keyword. Next is instance variable. Instance variable is a variable which is declared inside the class, okay, but outside the body of the method. For example, we have a class, and inside the class we have a method, we have a function. So we declare the variable inside the class, but outside the particular method that we are using in the class. Understood? That is known as the instance variable, and it is also not declared as static. So we have to remember those variable which is declared inside the class, but it is used outside the body of the method. We cannot declare instance variable inside the method or inside the class. We declare inside the class but outside the method body method. Okay, we have to remember these things about the instance variable. I'll explain you with the help of code. Static variable, this is most important variable, a variable that we call as a static, okay, when we use the static keyword with that variable. If I'm using static keyword with the variable, that variable is known as the static variable. Understood? And it cannot be local. We cannot use static keyword for local. Okay, in local method, in local function, we cannot use static variable in the locally. Okay, so we can create a single copy of a static variable and share it among all the instances of the class, that is instance variable. Now, memory allocation for a static variable happens only once when the class is loaded in the memory. So it is an important question when a static variable is allocated. Okay, or how can we allocate the memory static variable in the memory? Okay, so we can allocate static variable in the memory when class is loaded, or when class is loaded it will automatically allocate the memory for the static variable. Okay, so this is a very important question: how can we allocate a static variable's memory? It is loaded automatically when class is loaded in the memory. Okay, and we use static keyword to declare the static variable. Now I'll explain these variable with the help of an example. Okay, so let's start the practical path. Now guys, let's start the VS Code. Close this PPT and start the VS Code. Okay, okay guys, so we'll create one folder here, one file here. So click on the new file, write test.java. Okay, test.java. Okay, so automatically see one class is created called test. Okay guys, now inside it will write, first declare one variable called int a equals to 15. After that, another variable, that is a static variable, b equals to 12. Next we'll write the main method. For main method, write main. Okay, inside it we'll create one more variable called c. After that, one more variable called final, d. Fine, so we have declared four variables a, b, c, d. Okay, after that we'll create object. For object creation, we'll write test, then object name equals to new, then constructor. Fine, then we have to access this variable. For accessing this variable, we'll write sysout four times, again and one more time. Okay, now let us first understand the thing. Okay, now first I have created one class called test. Understood? Now inside the class I have declared one variable called a. This a is known as the instance variable. Right, and now this b variable is known as the static variable. Okay, fine. Now this c variable is declared inside the method called main method. So this is known as the local variable. Okay, and this is known as the final variable. I haven't discussed about the final variable in the PPT, so I'll explain the final variable in upcoming videos. Okay, so this is known as the final variable. Now let us check. So what is the definition for the instance variable? The definition for the instance variable is a variable which is declared inside the class but outside the method of a body or the body method. Okay, see, this is a main method. This is known as the main method. So I have declared the a variable outside the main method, but this is in the inside the class called test. So hence this is known as the instance variable. What about the static variable? Static variable, first thing, we have used the static keyword. Okay, to denote a static keyword we have to use the static keyword first. Okay, and second thing, we need not to create any object to access the static variable. Okay, so these are the two things that we can understand the variable is the static variable. After that, two variable is declared inside the method called c and d. C is a local variable because the definition for the local variable is a variable which is declared inside the body of the method or parameter. Method parameter. See, C is declared inside the method. Okay, that is the main method. So hence it is known as the what? Local variable. Final variable, first thing we have to use the keyword final to declare any final variable. Okay, and one more use of final variable is whenever you declare the any variable as final, it is fixed. We cannot reinitialize any value to that variable. For example, I have declared d which is equals to 58. The value for the variable d is 58. We cannot write d equals to 85 or we cannot write d equals to 45 anymore because we have declared this variable as a final variable. So we cannot change the value which is assigned to a final variable. Understood? Now, this is known as the object creation. This is very important. We will deal with this object creation furthermore also. So this is known as the object creation. Now understand this. To create an object of any class, we have to remember three things. First thing, we have to use the name of the class. So the name of the class is test. So put it test here. Okay. Next, we have to choose any of the alphabet. From 26 alphabet, you can choose anything. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. Okay. I have choose the T. This T is known as the what? This T is known as the object name. Okay. This T is known as the object name. Object name. Okay. Now, new is a what? New is a keyword which is used to create an object. Understood? Without new, we cannot create any object of a particular class. No. So we have to remember the new keyword. New keyword is used to create an object. Now next, this is not a general method. Test is not a general method here. This is a constructor. How can we say that this is a constructor? Because the definition for the constructor is the method whose name is same as that of the class. Class name of the class is test and I'm using that name as a method. So we can call it as a constructor. Understood? So this is a very important concept. I'll tell you about the constructor in detail. Okay, don't worry. But here, remember, we have to use constructor in case of the object creation. And remember, constructor is a method whose name is same as that of the class. Understood? So this is known as the object creation. Now, next is how can we access this variable A, B, C, D, that what we have declared. Okay, now to access the instance variable, remember my dear guys, we can access the instance variable with the help of dot operator. So we have to write t dot a. What is t dot a? T is the object name that we have declared here and a is the variable name. And in between we have to use the dot operator. This dot operator explains that we are accessing a variable with the help of this object name that is t. Understood? But for this accessing the static variable, for accessing local variable, for accessing the final variable, we need not write any dot operator. We can simply write B and here C and here D. Understood? No need to write any object. Remember my dear guys, to access the instance variable only you have to declare this one. That is the object creation. Understood? Now, after doing all this, let us run the program. Okay. To run this program, right click on it. You will find option run code. Then click it. Okay. We'll see the result for this. We'll have to wait since it is running. Yeah, see. 15, 12, 45 and 58. 15 is the A variable and 12 is the B and 45 C and 58 is D. So we have get our result. So this is desired result. So no runtime error, no compile time error. I think you have understood the things behind the variable. So if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe and stay tuned for further lecture. Understood guys? Till then, thank you.